What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the second episode of Rising the Shield Hero Season 2. This was titled Footprints of the Spirit Tortoise. I guess we're going to be tracking the thing now, probably, with footprints, or seeing its effects that it's had on the world, probably. That's what I think of footprints. Either we're actually tracking it, or we're seeing the marks it's left on the world. I mean, footprints, right? Kind of get it? Like, the carbon footprint, it's not an actual footprint, but it's a measurable impact of carbon emissions, right? So... but yeah, continue on with, Shield Hero. I don't know why, but I feel like Season 2 is not being as well received as Season 1 for some reason. I can't pinpoint why yet, I've only watched one episode, but from what I've seen, the rating's doing fine. Like, it's not doing bad by any stretch, but I feel like most of the posts I see, because I always try and avoid spoiler posts, so anything with a spoiler in it I completely ignore, but like general like postings I've seen about the show don't seem as overly positive. I can't pinpoint why yet. Maybe it will become more apparent as I go in, but apparently people aren't enjoying this so much. No idea. It's been a while since I watched the first season, so I can't really make too many comparisons between the first and the second season, realistically. I don't know if it's just a case of, like, something's changed in the animation. I don't think it has. I can't notice anything. I don't know if it's something with the characters have changed. I don't think that's the case either. Voice acting's always on point. Like, it seems pretty much on point to me, so I'm guessing something next couple of episodes might steer that direction. I have no idea. Maybe this episode will give me the first clue. The only thing that's, like, really new and interesting that we have to go on so far is the strange woman that appeared at the end of the episode asking to be killed by the Shield Hero. Why she wants to be killed, I don't know. I think it's fairly obvious she has some connection to the Spirit Tortoise, in essence. Like, she believes that by... maybe if she dies, the Tortoise's rampage will be stopped and it will save the day, but it means she has to die for it. I don't know, maybe she is the tortoise. I mean, why the hell not? Like, the Spirit Tortoise, if it's a spirit, it could appear as anything, right? Probably. Like, it obviously is a massive tortoise, but it could have a human form as well. Like, if I've learned anything from shows, is that anything can have a human form if it so needs it. So, she could be the tortoise. Beyond that... maybe she feels like she's responsible for the fact that it's now happening again, because, like, they say that... what did they say about the Law of the Tortoise? I forget from the last episode. Like, they say it's, like, every few centuries or something, like, this happens. It's basically an in-game event, right? Like a one-time event. Or multiple-time event, probably, like a yearly event, maybe, or something. Or a seasonal event, maybe. It depends how the games run. So, maybe she's responsible for it being unleashed this time. Maybe she was part of, like, a group that, like, broke the seal on it or whatever was containing it, if something was containing it, or resurrecting it, or something like that. It's either she wants to die out of guilt, or she wants to die because she thinks it will put it to an end. Those are my two main go-tos for that. So, we'll see which one it ends up being. Maybe we'll find out this episode, since we've just come off of that. But we had our fight scenes, perfectly fine. And yeah, I guess we're just continuing on with the series. This was only 12 episodes, right? 13. So yeah, I'm assuming this Spirit Tortoise arc is going to be the entirety of this season. I'm assuming. It would make the most sense. If that's the case... I don't know... I don't really see the Spirit Tortoise kind of showcasing itself in the cover art, but then again, it doesn't have to, does it? So, who knows what else is planned. I don't know if it's going to be like, half of it is going to be Spirit Tortoise, and then the other half is setting up something new. And I still don't know what the plan for Season 3 is, whether it's going to be completely separate, like a completely separate arc that continues in like a year or two's time, or if it's going to be a split core continuation of an arc that we start in this one. Not quite sure what the intention is with that. I don't think it's split. I mean, they did announce them at the same time, but that might just mean that the series has been greenlit for a longer period of time. So I guess we'll see which way they end up going. But I'm just going to shut up and we're going to watch an episode because I have a lot to watch and I kind of want to just get into it. So as per usual, these are time-based format reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture-in-picture, therefore the screen, the anime, and me on the screen at the same time, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture-in-picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from my current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows that I'll be returning probably in the week after I come back from my next trip north, because for those who don't know, I make regular trips up north to see my girlfriend. I have a christening to attend this time out, so I'll be gone the weekend after you're seeing this. So this is coming out on Wednesday, so that weekend coming is when I'm going to be out. And so after that, I think I'll start bringing back the Patreon shows, because by that point, I should have enough of a buffer that I'm all fully recorded for my trip, and maybe a little bit beyond that as well. And so I can start working the Patreon shows back in, like I've described before in other videos. But here on YouTube, we have two time-based, so bottom left of the screen, you'll see a time for the episode. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, play. Play side episode, I side episode, we should be in sync. Watch this one on Crunchyroll as per usual, since they've licensed to everything this season, basically. No logos or anything. I think we're going in with black screen and the discussion that we had at the beginning of last episode, and then OP probably. But yeah, nothing special or fancy with logos. I don't think Crunchyroll will do any logos for any shows. So like the Kadokawa logo, the Aniplex logo, King Records logo, like all that stuff is pretty much gone now because Crunchyroll has never really done any of those, whereas Funimation always had theirs and their own logo. Crunchyroll has never done that, which I find rather nice, actually. It's nice not to have, like, a 7-second bit at the beginning of the video, you can go straight into the episode, so... Makes, like, binge-watching very quick and easy as well, you don't have to skip intros, so... But anyway, you can also use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell once he's transitioning now to help you sync it up as we go as well. So... With all that said, let's get into episode 2 of Shield Hero, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Ah yes, the crater from Now For Me Using a Shield. Oh right, the green haired girl became our slave as well. Mm-hmm. Let's die. Okay. Well then. And no Peter, okay. I'm assuming that was the Spirit Tortoise's raw cry. Let's go assume. Alright, Spirit Tortoise. New characters. There's the girl that we just introduced, I think. There's the other heroes struggling, as expected. More new characters, more new characters. Recurring character. I love the penguin suit, but like, it does feel a little out of place. Alright. Footprints of the spirit tortoise. It's shut down for 2 or 3 days, okay. Goes for the densely populated areas, got it. Right. Right. Limited time. Cool. Sure, a spirit tortoise. Huge monster. We're gonna fight it with normal swords. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it would care about a sword. You need a special. So this is the point of the heroes, right? This is a cataclysmic, world-ending event, essentially. You need the heroes. It basically is a wave in of itself. Yeah. Didn't need to, but that's who he is. Need to have a good strategy for this. Who are you? I forget this character. Have we met this character before? Mm. 7-star heroes. Okay. Who are the 7-star heroes? So we have the 4 cardinals and the 7-star. Okay. There's more summons. Okay. And some were chosen. Okay. But they're still heroes, so better than normal soldiers. Who the hell is this? She concubine of the king. Okay. Concubine's king. King's concubine. Ostorai. Okay. Okay. So the regent. Oh. Familiar of the spirit tortoise, and hence why she wants to die. Okay. Have we? I don't think she's the same, but yeah, just a different form. Mm-hmm. Why say this now? Ah, interesting. So the tortoise is trying to save the world. Oh, interesting. Forcing wars. That's actually really clever. I like that. Hmm. So that's what happened. Seal was broken and now it's gathering its own souls. Oh, okay. Someone else is. Okay. So the tortoise itself is not evil. It wants to protect the world from the waves, but is going about it in a very different way. Who broke the seal? Only you should know. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. And basically restart. A clean slate for the world. Hmm. I actually really like that. The Spirit Torch has actually got so much more interesting. Fate didn't decide this, let's be real. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's an odd, like, cuteness to her, and I can't pinpoint why. Yeah, someone's controlling it. What are the chances? Yes. We can help track it down at least. Mm-hmm. So we know where it's likely to go. Mm. Uh, behead the thing, cool. I mean, cut the head off most things, it's gonna die. I don't think that's how that works, but just keep coming back, huh? Hmm. Yeah, cut off his head. We'll just figure something out. Let's build a big guillotine. Let's draw it into the city gates. Get a guillotine off his head. Okay, we've got the most. We'll take charge. Cool. And they provide the siege. Oh no, it's no Mark's providing the money. Oh no. This is becoming a mess of power again. Doesn't matter who takes command, but it should be me. One battalion ain't doing nothing. Mm-hmm. 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 Will any of them speak up? No. Okay. I expect one of them to be like, "Okay, we get it. We'll trust you," but no. Well, hello. Hello, new character that's clearly evil and manipulating something. Okay. Hmm. You think 10,000 men that are just going to get crushed will help? They probably won't. Mm-hmm. I don't remember that character, I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is this our first introduction to her, or was this in season 1? Someone will have to remind me. Because I don't remember her. Okay. This is where our train's been coming from. Hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know her. Yep. What you thinking now for me? He's got a few layers on, to be fair. Like, full armor and a cape, that'll keep you fairly warm. Um, yeah. Hmm. Um, hmm. I think they do think of that, but it's not their first thought, which I think is the difference. Yeah, it's been a good plan. Just take charge ourselves. I mean, that's yeah. Hmm. Makes sense. Hey. Drag it towards us. Dragon Riders as decoys, okay. But you're useless against this thing, but whatever. How do we trap it? Siege, okay, that's fair. What siege we got? Okay, we got some catapults. It's not the most impressive siege we've ever seen, like... Abandoned fortress, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Glad we know that. Okay, we'll use bombs first then. So we're gonna bring the fortress down on it to pin it? Yeah, we kind of need a bigger blade. Ooh, yes. That's a good question. Yes, research. Very important job. Yes. Don't put the talent on the end. Like, genuinely, research and knowledge is so important here. I'll rig this thing to blow, I guess. Ballistas, catapults. Research. Making food for the troops. It's a pretty small bowl for Philo, to be honest. What did we get? Is it a shield? Oh, no, a new sword. Ooh. Why? I mean, sure, why not, but why? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh boy. Sure. I mean... I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. Oh boy. Oh, she doesn't know. Hello. Is it waking up? Okay, episode's over. Wow. The episode went quick, actually. Any after credits? No, we'll probably just have an episode title, I think. If anything. Alright. I like the Spirit Tortoise. I like the idea behind it. It's not just some big bad monster we have to kill. It's a creature that is aware of the calamity of the waves, wants to stop them, and has ways to do so, or thinks has ways to do so, but it requires a sacrifice in order to do it. So it's kind of like a last-ditch plan. It's like, if there's no other way, I will do it for the bet to try and protect some of the world. Not much will be left, but we'll protect some of it. I do like that idea. I'm guessing New Boy with the glasses is probably the one manipulating it, and that crystal thing is probably how he's manipulating it, I guess. The Spirit Tortoise's core heart type deal. Like, if we destroy that, maybe the tortoise will die. I don't know. But, I mean, we have our first plan to get rid of it already. We're moving pretty fast, actually. 2 episodes in, we already have our plan to kill it, so... Nice. Next episode. Shaking land. Well, I imagine it would. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of shaking land if the tortoise is moving, because, my god, that's going to cause some mini earthquakes as it walks around. Nice. Alright. It's going good. It's going good. Like I said, I think the way they've introduced the Spirit Tortoise here and the idea behind it is better than I would have expected. Like, they really could have just gone the, it's a big bad evil tortoise route, but no, it's actually, it's a force for good, but in a very, almost flawed way, because of its demand for souls. I love the idea of, Ost here as a consort to royalty, with the intention of pushing kingdom leaders against each other to incite wars so that the souls of those warriors can go towards Spirit Tortoise. I love that as an idea. Like, I really do like, and this is something that, just because I've been rewatching a lot of it recently, Critical Role, D&D show, that I've been watching a lot of. I've been rewatching Season 2 as of late, and I'm about, or Campaign 2 I should say. I'm about halfway, well, just getting over halfway through Campaign 2 now of my rewatch, which is a lot of episodes, and a lot of hours, for those of you who don't know how long they go. Typically, each session lasts more than 3 hours, sometimes up to 5-6, so when there's 140 episodes, it's a lot of content to go through per campaign. But there was something that was kind of touched on in there when it came to, and this is spoilers for Campaign 2, if you haven't already seen it. If you haven't, I do recommend checking it out. Campaign 2 is probably peak Critical Role at the minute. Campaign 3 is great, but there's something slightly not there yet, just because it's so new still. And it doesn't have the same feel as Campaign 2 just yet. Just because Campaign 2 is a complete journey. But in Campaign 2, when it came to the Dynasty and the Empire, when they were fighting whilst Oban was gathering up the Laughing Hand and the Inevitable End, was it? Was that the name of the other one? The Assassin one? Like, whilst all, like, this war was just happening as a distraction and to keep things going and take attention away whilst that plan was enacted and, like, things like that, like, him being an Oban, or, like, the Angel Alliance cult, like, being influenced inside the Empire and things like that, like, I love it when that sort of influence is there, because it makes it seem just a much bigger scale, right? Like, oh, it's a big monster in the world, let's go kill it. It's like, that's very simple. Oh, here's a monster that is actually good and is influencing world politics and shifting things that are going on. That's interesting to me. I think it would be more interesting if we'd experienced the world at war to an extent. Like, if we had known and spent more time seeing the effects of the Spirit Tortoise, because the only critique I have is that everything about the Spirit Tortoise is just being told to us. Like, we're being told everything about the Spirit Tortoise in an episode. We've not seen any of its effects or any of that, like, ideology beforehand. It's just a case of, oh yeah, this is all the things the Spirit Tortoise will do if things don't go its way, but it's like, we've not seen any of the effects of it. Like, if there was, like, parts of Season 1 where it's like, these weird monsters appeared out of nowhere, and we never got explained for it, and then we get to Season 2 and we learn that would be interesting. Or we learn of a surprise war between two nations, which really wasn't expected, and then it ends after a large amount of bloodshed, nothing is gained either way, you'd be like, that's a bit weird, isn't it? And then you realize that was the Spirit Tortoise's influence all along. That would be kind of cool. But I don't think we've had enough time to really focus on that side of it, and it feels like the Spirit Tortoise arc here, it doesn't feel like it's a major arc, if that makes sense. It feels like it's more of a side arc almost, but not to the point where it is just complete side content, we don't have to worry about it, but like more of a, this is a side story to the grander journey of the Shield Hero, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel like it's something that, I don't know, it's hard to describe in that sense, but like, I'm trying to think back to the first season's arcs, as it were. I don't even know how I can break down the first season into arcs. I don't know how to bring into that, because I feel like the first season was mostly kind of interconnected, and there were parts that like linked back around and like came together, whereas this one feels quite separate, if that makes sense. Like, this feels a bit more like less connected to the Shield Hero like journey, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm not really sure how to describe it. So maybe that's why people think this season's not as good as the first one, because it does feel a little more disjointed. I think a tiny bit. Like, it's not major. It's not like it's a completely different show, has nothing to do with the first season, or is completely terrible. We're not dealing with a Promised Neverland 2 here, right? Let's get that out of the way. But I can maybe see where arguments could be made that this is a bit more disjointed and not as connected as the first season felt. Maybe. It might just be because this is the Spirit Tortoise arc. Maybe this is not arc. Jesus Christ, brain. And maybe that's just, maybe this isn't as well received an arc of the story in Shield Hero. I don't know. I have no idea how people feel about different story arcs in the source material, so that's something the source material really is to say, I guess. But I'm enjoying it, and I like the build up we've got here. It does feel a bit fast that we've learned of the Spirit Tortoise being a problem to, hey, we've got a plan in action to destroy it already. It feels a bit quick, but either this is going to be a very quick arc, or we're going to be revealing something else later down the line. That's what it kind of feels like, so I guess we'll see. But I'm guessing with the Spirit Tortoise dying, their familiars will also die, because the familiars are being propped up by the Spirit Tortoise, so that's why she wants to die, because she wants you to kill the Spirit Tortoise. But it's also interesting that they know the Spirit Tortoise has been unsealed by someone, not sure who, and we know they're controlling the Spirit Tortoise as well. So it's kind of interesting that she immediately went to just kill the Spirit Tortoise instead of find out who's doing it and make them stop. Like, why jump to the kill immediately? Like, the Spirit Tortoise is still an okay backup plan if the waves go out of hand. Or are we that confident that the heroes are going to be able to stop the waves? Because I'm not. I'm not confident the heroes can stop the waves at this point. Like, I know the story will eventually end up with them actually succeeding, because not many people write a bad ending to a story. And by bad ending, I mean not like in terms of quality, in terms of a failure of an ending for the main characters. Not many writers are willing to do that. Like, in the end, the heroes always win, for the most part. They might suffer great losses in order to do it, but ultimately they do win, or for the greater good they end up winning. So I imagine the waves will eventually be defeated by the Shield Hero and company, but honestly, I wouldn't trust them to do it at this point. Like, that they don't work together, and until they learn to work together, which might take even longer, it's just not going to happen. So I don't know why you kill the Spirit Tortoise, instead free it from its control, free it from its controlled state, and then work out how to maybe reseal it or reason with it. I mean, it sounds like an intelligent being, so it seems like there is some room for reasoning rather than just outright murder. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know what I'm thinking, but yeah, those are my thoughts, and I think I'm going to wrap it up there. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2022 lineup you can find on my channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.